Welcome to Time Travel Tuesday. My name is Lisa. I'm an interpreter here at Historic Bratonsville. And today I'd like to share with you the origins of some of our Easter traditions. In colonial times, Easter was rarely celebrated as a holiday. Most Protestant denominations at that time felt that since the Bible stated that the Sabbath was the only holy day, that was the only day that should be observed. The Bratton family, being Presbyterian, most likely followed this practice. Many of our current traditions become popular in the Victorian era as Protestants began to rediscover the practices of the early church. But a lot of the symbols we associate with Easter today actually predate Christianity and were just adopted by early Christians. The very word Easter comes from the name of an Anglo-Saxon goddess, Ostra, also called Astarte. Her festival was associated with the spring equinox, and early Christians blended that celebration into their new faith. Early Christians would wear their finest clothes on Easter Sunday to honor the resurrected Savior. This tradition continued down through the centuries, and by the early 20th century, stores began to popularize the idea of Easter outfits as a way to boost sales. In New York City, it became common to take a stroll down Fifth Avenue on Sunday afternoon to show off your finery, and this evolved into the Easter parade. Springtime is often the time of year when rabbits begin to have babies, and the sudden increase in the rabbit population did not go unnoticed by our ancestors. Rabbits easily became a sign of spring, and eventually became associated with Easter. According to one old German story, a poor woman would hide colored eggs in her garden for the children of the village to find. One year, as they searched, a rabbit came hopping by, and the children became convinced that the rabbit must have brought the eggs. And this may have led to the tradition of Easter baskets. Once children began to think that a bunny was bringing the eggs, they began to make little nests out in the yard so that the treats could be deposited safely. Egg hunts seem to have originated with Martin Luther. Men hid eggs for the women and children to find. This is intended to remind us of the joy that the women felt when they found the empty tomb. Easter dinner was often a big feast to celebrate the end of the period of fasting known as Lent. Lamb and ham are both traditionally associated with the meal. In Jewish tradition, lamb was served at Passover. As a symbol of sacrifice, it came to represent Christ's sacrifice for the sins of the world. Ham symbolizes good luck in many cultures, and was frequently used for celebrations of all kinds. In addition, hogs were generally slaughtered in winter, and the process of smoking and salting would be just about done around Easter. But let's go back to those eggs. Many pre-Christian cultures, including Greeks and Egyptians, believed that eggs represented fertility and new life. Early Christians recognized the egg as a symbol of life coming from a lifeless shell. The colors they used for dye represented specific things to the early church. Yellow for resurrection, blue for love, red for blood. Alternatively, those with artistic talent might paint scenes from the Bible onto the egg. Thank you for joining us for Time Travel Tuesday. Have a great week and an awesome Easter.